What's up? I'm Troubleshoot. In this quick guide, I'll show you how to fix this error here that you could be getting when you're trying to play Modern Warfare 4, be it the open beta or the full release. In my case, it says action required. Your PC does not meet the security requirements because simply Secure Boot is not enabled. Yours might look something similar and say TPM, UEFI, or all of the above, and next to it is a QR code as well as a Learn More button. Essentially, in this video, I'll show you how to enable Secure Boot and or TPM so you can get to playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. This step will require you to reboot your PC, so I'd recommend reopening this video and of course this article on a mobile device. You'll also find it linked down below. Clicking Learn More here opens up a browser and takes you to the Activision support page. Here, they'll speak about enabling TPM 2.0 and Secure Boot, and they have a little bit of info here about what exactly it does, etc. And at the very bottom of this page, you'll find more in-depth guides linked to on a different motherboard or PC manufacturer's website, including Acer, ASRock, ASUS, BioStar, etc. Essentially, what we'll be doing is restarting our PC and getting into the BIOS or UEFI firmware screen where you can change settings about our system. Inside of there, we'll be enabling TPM and Secure Boot if they aren't enabled already. The warning that you see on your screen should say exactly what you need to enable right here. Otherwise, if you've already clicked past this, you can see it again when you restart your PC. Otherwise, you'll just see Attestation Requirement not met, saying you're unable to play multiplayer and you can only play campaign for now. Anyways, the steps to get to your BIOS are actually pretty easy. Usually, you'll just restart your PC, spam F2, F12, F10, and or delete. One of the keys should bring you straight to your BIOS screen. Otherwise, if you're already inside of Windows like I currently am, you can instead just hit Start, type in CMD or Command Prompt, locate it, right-click, and choose Run as Administrator. Then, inside of the window that pops up, all you need to do is type in the command shutdown /FW for firmware, which takes you to your BIOS configuration, and finally /R, which should restart your PC as soon as you hit enter. Again, I'd recommend opening this video and all the guides linked down below on a mobile device for the next few steps. But essentially, once you reboot your PC and you get straight to your BIOS, there's a few steps that we need to follow. On my second channel linked down below, I've got a couple of video guides already going through everything you'll need to know on MSI motherboards, Lenovo Legion, Dell, ASUS TUF, as well as the ASUS Ally handhelds, and finally Gigabyte AORUS. These are all the devices that I've had and done guides on, but again, at the bottom of the Activision article, you'll find a couple more manufacturers here that are linked out to on their support documentation. Either ways, if I open up one of these, like I will very shortly, in my case, I've got a Gigabyte AORUS. Usually when I restart my PC, I have the option to press one of a few keys, one of which is delete to open up our BIOS or setup, which is what that command prompt command takes us straight to, so we shouldn't need to press any keys. Once I get to the BIOS screen, all I need to do is choose Advanced Mode, and under Boot at the very top, I'll be choosing CSM support and making sure it's disabled. Then scrolling down further on the same page, there's a Secure Boot option, which I can open up and just change Secure Boot to enabled. That's it. Once I head across to Save and Exit, then choose Save and Exit Setup, my system should restart, and just like that, I've got Secure Boot enabled. The steps are basically exactly the same for the other devices. Again, I've got a couple video guides here. For example, on a Lenovo Legion, all I need to do is in the BIOS, head across to Security at the very top, followed by choosing Secure Boot, and making sure it's set to enabled. Then under the Boot tab, I'll need to make sure boot mode is set to UEFI, and finally Exit followed by Exit Saving Changes. On MSI, I'll head across to Advanced Mode at the very top, then Settings, followed by Security, then into Trusted Computing, and inside of them, I'm able to enable the Security Device Support, enabling TPM, and choosing anything but Disabled for TPM device means that TPM should now be enabled. Then, under Settings of Boot, all I need to do is make sure that UEFI mode is selected for my different boot devices, which if it isn't available, under Settings, followed by Advanced, under Windows OS Configuration. Inside of there, we're able to set Windows 10 WHQL to UEFI, enabling that mode and allowing us to use it. Also, on the screen, you'll see Secure Boot, which when you open that up, allows us to, at the very top, enable a Secure Boot, just like that. On Dell devices, under Security, TPM 2.0, we're able to turn it on, and under Secure Boot Enable, we can just enable it up here. For ASUS TUF, under Advanced Mode, followed by Boot and CSM, we're able to set Launch CSM to Disabled to turn it off, followed by heading back and into Secure Boot, where here we're able to change OS type to Windows UEFI, and finally under Exit, we're able to choose Save Changes and Reset to restart our system. The final guide I covered was the ASUS Ally handheld. Here, just rebooting to the UEFI screen by holding down the volume button while restarting, we're able to enter advanced mode once more, and inside of here, under security, we've got Secure Boot, which we can set to enabled over here. Obviously, I've only covered a handful of devices here, and if yours looks any different, you'll need to look up the exact guide from your motherboard or PC's manufacturer to get things done, for which again, a couple of them are linked on the Activision article down below, which is the same one linked to you in-game. Either ways, once you've enabled TPM and Secure Boot, assuming your system supports it, you should be able to play the game as expected. If you're running Windows 10, you'll need to make sure you're running the latest version, as there are particular Windows version requirements as well, which are also listed on this page here. It's always good to make sure your PC is up to date, as well as your graphics card driver to avoid other issues. But anyways, that's basically it. I'm off to do this now, and I'll see you very shortly. Thank you all for watching. My name's been Troubleshoot, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao.